Welcome to Factorio Brave New World recap number 8. My name is Nilas, and we're going to recap what we're doing in this series. The series is playing over on Twitch Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. And of course, this video is coming out a bit late, but I want to get it out on in the beginning of the week to recap what has happened in the previous 3 episodes over on Twitch. So we are here. Let's have a look at it. The last thing we wrapped up, this is where we start the week. This is 82 hours into the game, and we're going to recap what's going on in the next about 12 hours of stream time. Last time built is the blue science outside, and this is brought back with robots. Very convenient. And this is basically the theme of what we're going to do from now on. Is going to start working on outsourcing more science. So the next one, and that's a big one, is going to be purple science. That's one of the worst ones. The reason why I want to do it is I want to basically look at the science and see whichever one is not able to keep up, let's take that one. And here it's pretty obvious that it's the purple science that's not working well enough. So let's jump forward. Now, purple science is going to be an absolute massive mess because it used so much iron, so much steel. And it also uses both stone for rails and stone bricks for the furnaces. So we have several things we don't have yet that we need to do. Let's jump forward to the end of the first stream of the week and see what the progress is at that point. Alright, so we are back here. This is the end of the next stream, and it doesn't look like we did much in this one, but that's because we actually spent an awful lot of time on designing. However, what we do have is we have now hooked up this area. We have taken command of this area so that we can clear more, and we are starting to landfill it because my intention is that I want to get the purple science built in this area. This is the, I'm not going to say best, I'm going to say the least worst position I can get it, because we have steel, iron, and blue and red circuits right there, which we can bring in. We have green circuits we can bring in, and then we're going to bring in from down here somewhere. We're going to build along these two. We're going to build some stone bricks that we can then ferry all the way around and get it also into this one, because there are actually, as you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things inbound. It's going to give us 5 stations. It's still going to be brought back with robots. That's just how we want to do it. But let's have a look at the actual design, the one we spent the most time on. All of these things. We built some pretty neat designs, so let's dive into this one. And it took a very long time to design it, but I think that there's something really good about this. The fact is here that we've now split it. It's building. Let's see, do we not have a overview one? Oh, that one. Yes, this one. Where's our view? Let's just get the view back to the base. Instead of looking at it on a map view, and let's look at it correctly like this here. So this is all the things that we need. Everything here is multiplied by 100. So we get some better numbers, because otherwise there's a lot of 5.36, and I want to make sure that it's not 5 and it's not 6. So 5.36 it is. But these are the raw materials in: green circuits, iron, stone bricks, red circuits, stone, and steel. And the steel here is 3 full belts inbound, which is going to be a massive issue. But let's cross that bridge when we get there. It's going to be one of the final things we need to scale up. So I've built it into 3 identical setups, and I've done that because it allows us to have these 2, and they will actually, once operational and the whole thing works, they will actually be able to fill up this belt. No, actually fill up 2 belts here for all of the purple one, and the purple one will go. And this, again, there's a lot of quirks here. First of all, this one is going on underground, going up here and merging in. The other one is going into this one and going up here. So we have more in here because each of these will again consume more than half a belt. All of these ratios are actually rather unfortunate, but it works with the whole, it's going to work, but it is a bit of annoying that I have not scaled it. This is slightly more than 1 belt they're consuming, and this is slightly more than 1 belt that's being sent out here. So everything is just slightly off. But we're also getting here a very, very expensive. Look at, they take 3.5 megawatts. That's not actually that bad. Here, all of this is being done, and again, it's going to be taking a lot. This one's taking 1.5 lanes of steel, 1.5 lanes of stone bricks in here. So that took quite a while to design. And now at this point, it's just a matter of hooking it up. So the next thing will be a lot of train routing, because that's a lot of things that need to be routed up there. And that's going to be the topic for the next episode. It's basically going to be the majority of the week is doing just purple signs, because purple signs, when you're scaling up, is just an absolute worst, because none of it can be production moduled or productivity moduled. Right, let's jump forward in time to see what the next is coming along. And here we are. This is at the end of the stream number 22, and I guess we are around about 90 hours into the game. And let's have a look. So we've gotten a new location here with coal that we are just trying to claim. We've also expanded a bit out here. What we've done is we have taken this location and make it into, and look at this, no beacons, no modules, just straight up building stone bricks as we can. Also building it into the stone, also getting that in. So we're just basically, hopefully we're getting enough here, and that'll feed. We have sort of made it future proof, because we might want to go back to the hub. We want to go back to the military signs whenever we build that, and then we go to the purple signs and the purple signs. So these will actually share. And this one is ready to go, but it's closed. This is ready to go, but it's closed. Let's follow the line all the way up and all the way over. And this is our beautiful, although messy, purple signs. Let's have a look at how well it works, because it actually works really well. And we had to make some changes to this. The stuff that I had done was not exactly correct, because this merging we had proposed earlier didn't work. So the way we do it now is this one goes through all the way up and then turns around, so that I can say these three are consuming everything on this belt, and then whatever's left goes into the 7th one. These three are consuming all of this one, and then whatever's left goes into this one. So it's a much better way of balancing it, because if you merge the two belts together, then for example the outer lane will be much less utilized, and therefore it will not be able to push in the entirety of the second belt. So this is just the best way to do if you have like really high demand on this. And as you can see, we are now making purple signs in absolutely beautiful numbers. All of this is working, but it's consuming a lot. As we can see here, that this is definitely an issue. We can work this through the fact that okay, so this one's basically consuming 3 full belts. But if I look at it, I only have 1 train inbound, and that 1 train inbound here is only loading with 2 belts. So if I can only load 2 belts into here, then there's no way that I can over time continuously unload 3 belts at the other end. It just doesn't work. So we will eventually need to get 1 more. That's okay. We'll get that. But for now, 2 full lanes of steel is definitely enough. So what we've done in this episode is hook up this part and build the purple signs up here. And now then we can start looking at, okay, so when you go back to our normal base here, you can see now purple signs is doing absolutely phenomenal, and our issue is now on the rocket signs, or space signs. And the reason why this is a problem is actually because, lo and behold, it's now missing rocket fuel. So we need to make a dedicated rocket fuel facility. I'm already starting on it by making this one available inside our domain. And there's plenty of room for us to make a dedicated rocket fuel facility right there. It's not going to do much. It's just, it doesn't even need any trains. It's just going to be a standalone, and it'll work and then sent back with robots. Anything else? Nope, that's going to be it. We have not done any expansion. You can see our credits are accumulating. That's kind of deliberate, because I know that there will be big expansions coming up. I need to claim all of this area. I also want to claim this area, so definitely have some big areas to claim. Also, if we need more oil, there's this one as well. And yeah, pollution wise, it's pretty bad. We still have a lot of work on shooting things that are inside our pollution cloud. As you can see here, this. So we're getting constant attacks, and especially over here is quite bad, because the water doesn't absorb anything. Anyway, let's jump forward to the last stream of the week and see how we're going to work there. So now we have blue signs outbound and we have purple signs outbound. That's pretty nice to have that done. Let's jump forward in time for the next stream. And here we are. Now you can see that's a lot of things that are going on. And I just mentioned that I wanted to expand. And what we are doing is actually expanding. I'm just going to go out here without the... Look at all of this. Just lots of stuff going on. And we have like random attacks because we don't have a perimeter defense anymore. It's only ghostly. So this is a fun and interesting time to take a snapshot. And that's but you can see we have now claimed a huge area here. All of these are now part of our domain. We can be bringing stuff on the outside here as well if we want to. And what we have done, we have not... Okay, yeah, this one is what is the new build. We've also gotten a new stone brick facility, or stone facility just spawned. That's 1 million, and that means the next one after this is going to be 10 million iron, and it hasn't spawned yet. Still 46 subs away. Now let's have a look at this one. This is our pretty awesome build. So we start with this one we get from our Factorio masterclass. If you haven't watched it, this will solve all your oil needs forever and ever and ever. And that's pretty good. It's going to be really difficult to make sure that this one is kept fed in if it's running at full production. So what I've done is I basically use this because this is self-modulating. I'm basically saying I will not convert all of these ones converting light oil to petroleum. That will pretty much be empty all the time. That's this one. This one will only work when this one increases. But I want to make sure that I feed this all the light oil as possible. Light oil goes in here, and you can see light oil, and so I have 1, 2 light oil, and then 1 with petroleum, because I must get the petroleum first. The petroleum must be work first, and the way I'm doing this is okay. So let me see. There are things that must be prioritized. In order to do this one, I must prioritize that all of the petroleum gets consumed into solid fuel before any of the light fuel is used. So I do that by having 2 priority inserters here. That means you can see these are flowing while the other ones are idle. The second thing is that I cannot use all of the light oil for solid fuel because I must be able to reserve some for down here, for the actual rocket fuel. So I need to make sure that there is a priority, and I do this by going in here and then saying this one is only allowed to go out when it's more than, I think, 5,000, but it'll always pass on to the next. Again, this one can only go out with 5,000, but it will always pass it on, so it will always prioritize this solid fuel, and then any residual will go in here. And that'll make, I don't know how much this one is actually making. I should have a little indicator somewhere. Do we not have it? No, I guess you don't have it. It's a lot. This is easily enough. It's actually more than enough to do our 1350 signs per minute that we are sort of aiming at for this base. So it's pretty big, and it's actually very nice. I'm really happy about it. Like, look how well, if you look at it, it's pretty like nice square block. Like nothing sticks out, and it's really big, but it's working. So we have now done rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is coming back in here. I'm ignoring all the blasting thing because I know it's not going to be an issue. So here we have it, this one. We're going to see where our issues are. Let's go up to our signs and look at the irony of things. It's actually now red and green signs that's not working. So the next thing I want to do is actually make an outsourced location for red and green signs. I'm going to build that up here. That's going to be in the next episode, and therefore also in the next recap. But this one is keeping up. However, as soon as I get the red and green inbound, you can see that this one will almost certainly not be able to keep up the rocket control unit. So that's going to be in the next project, and that's how we're going to do it. We're just going to be taking whatever keeps our signs from flowing continuously, and then at some point we will basically be having it running continuously at 1350. All those beep, they're driving me crazy. Right, so let's zoom out here. So if you find this base interesting and you like these updates, then I hope you want to come by on Twitch. I'm streaming this on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central European time. It's so great to see people coming over from YouTube and just going hi. I just want to say hi and all that good stuff. It's really amazing. So I consider dropping by, even if you don't have time for sitting through 4-hour streams. It's always nice just to drop by. It's a really friendly community. So Anyway, and we also, if you want to go more into details about the builds, then I have the builds on Twitch on my in my VOD collection. So if you go on my channel on Twitch, then there's a video tab, and if you click that, there should be a collection, which is basically like a YouTube playlist with all of these episodes. And yeah, I'm going to be streaming this on Twitch, so hope to see you there. Otherwise, you can expect to see the next weekly recap next week. That's how weekly recaps work. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay effective.